Hey everybody, Indy here from the Conscious Club Podcast. Just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Also, we have a Patreon. It's patreonify.com. This month, the gracious Tamberwolf, who designed the Cory and the Wong Notes playing cards that you've probably been seeing floating around the pack recently, has donated some packs to us. So the first patrons who go over to the patreonify.com and sign up for our Patreon will be getting those. We will be giving those away to the first patrons. So if you're feeling generous, hop over to patreonify.com and help us out. And we really appreciate you guys listening and supporting us. So thank you guys so much and enjoy the show. It's always got to hit the rocks here on the Conscious Club Podcast.
Always. Well, oh my God! It gets bassier.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, everybody. Here we go. Go back to the tonic. We got the tonic here on the Conscious Club Podcast. I want to thank you guys for listening. We brought it back to the tonic here. Just want to thank you guys for listening to the number 2 Vulfpeck podcast here on the Conscious Club Podcast YouTube channel. Thank you for listening. And if you're an audio listener, what are you doing?
Living in 2004.
What are you in the beginning stages of podcasting here? You gotta go to theconsciousclubpodcast.com. That's right. Theconsciousclubpodcast.com. Bring it up, Tori. Bring it up. Yo, it's theconsciousclubpodcast.com. You go there, you got a bunch of links. You know, I'm feeling it tonight. Today, it's only 4 p.m. Yo. We can cut all this out. I'm so sorry.
You're a mess.
Here we go.
When the rumble is so subtle, you can't hear it. Literally, it's so quiet. It's so subtle.
It's all about the rhythm, though, baby.
It's minimalist funk, for sure. So minimal, it's absent. That's not bad. All right, we're officially cutting this intro when it's the end of this song. This is out of control. Hitting the rock.
Welcome to the Conscious Club Podcast, everybody. Thank you for staying with us, honestly. I do want to start this out by fronting the CHOBO Studios. This is a CHOBO Studios podcast brought to you by Tori and Indy and Daniel. We have our beautiful producer, Daniel. How you doing, Daniel?
You know, that was an amazing... Thank you for having me. That was an amazing 4 bases.
Yeah. 4 bases. That's the name of this episode.
That's
Look at Daniel.
Did well with the Volca. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you. And I do want to front that this is a CHOBO podcast. We are produced by CHOBO Podcast in the housing project of CHOBO Studios. That's right.
Housing project.
It's a housing project.
That makes us sound a little bit lower rent than we are.
Yeah, the rent's pretty high in LA. But I want to thank our overlords, CHOBO LLC. Thank you guys for acquiring the Conscious Club Podcast. We have every duty to front for the betterment of your business practices. So thank you, CHOBO, for that. Daniel, anything to say about CHOBO?
You know, it's a beautiful facility. You're right. Don't undersell it. It is a gorgeous facility. Great snacks, great drinks, great vibes. Wonderful room temperature, by the way. It's a beautiful place to be podcasting today.
Oh, thank you so much, Daniel. Look at that. And 100% of that is true. Not only did he arrive here, and the only snack options was one bag of Lay's
chips.
He said that was enough, and I applaud you for that. So thank you, Daniel.
Don't forget the one granola bar that's sitting there, I think, too, right? Or is those gone, too?
No, they're in the cabinet. There's a whole box of like half of the 24-pack. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to the Conscious Club Podcast. This is the number 2 Vulfpeck podcast. This is hosted by my beautiful partner, Tori.
Hello.
She is beautiful and capable.
What? Beautiful.
Well, I'm just saying,
she is.
I can't just say beautiful nowadays.
No, there has to be an intelligent or a...
Yeah, it can't just be the looks. You can't start with that anymore.
Not anymore. Not in these days.
Not only is she a knockout, but she produces this show. She makes the rundowns. She does everything, and she is a huge part of the show. And she makes this rundown that I am not even following at all.
Correct. Off the rails.
But first, I did want to go through our Instagram responses.
Yes, let's do that.
We put out an Instagram poll or question response or whatever, and people responded back. Our first nibble was from good old Tommy. Tommy does music. Tommy says the Corey Wong and the Antoine tour vlogs.
Yes, we have that coming up very soon in the beginning of the show.
Awesome. Lovely. Yep. Cody Sen Paintings says we love him. Honestly, before I get to what Cody alluded to in his story here, I think we may have lost his print. Misplaced?
I don't know where it went.
So
I have no idea.
If you're unaware, we used to live in this studio, and we moved elsewhere. And during the move, things get lost in the move. I'm so sorry, Cody Sen. If you want to send us another print, thank you very much. But we are very sorry. I would have put it behind Daniel, but I put a Vulf vinyl that Daniel gave me behind Daniel. So Daniel actually brought his own prop. He just brought it like 2 years ago.
Unreal.
Not only did he bring that prop, he brought this Volca bass, which he gladly donated for today's recording. But Cody Sen wants to know the next album and their next tour.
Yeah, I know. I wish I knew these things.
I wish I did too, but Daniel, Tori, do you have any speculation on what's going to happen?
I mean, I really hope that we get a new album this year. It's very early in the year, so I have hope.
We will.
Maybe this fall.
No, we will.
We will?
I mean,
we have Fearless Fires out early this year, so I feel like fall would be a good time for a Vulf album drop. Right?
Right. And I think you're totally correct. We're going to get another Vulf album, 100%, I believe. Because I think it's more or less about the year-to-year product release. More so than anything. I think Jack really wants to be the music Apple. Right? There's got to be some sort of product offering, even if there's a pandemic.
It's a more minimal Apple, though. Like, Apple every year comes out, like, a few times a year, has new products. Like, Jack is the minimal, like, one-man band Apple.
One-man band Apple? I mean, that's what Steve Jobs was. But, Tori, if you could make a new tab and go to the Conscious Club, not the Conscious Club Podcast.com, the fearlessflyers.com, you got to look at this. Now, this is a subsidiary of Vulfpeck. I have to say that as a disclaimer here. But look at this release schedule. If you go down to the very bottom of the release schedule, not the very bottom, but the bottom there, yeah, it's 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022.
True.
It's a yearly release, and that's on just the side project, right?
Yeah.
If you go to Vulfpeck.com, we get the similar release schedule.
We haven't gotten a album since 2020, though. But yes, it was similar earlier, before the pandemic. It was 11, 12, 13, 14,
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
And
no
then we
21.
got the pandemic. Yeah, because they couldn't record.
Right. So I think that we're due. Even more so.
We're due.
Right.
We're very due.
And I think, and and I want Danny Wood, the Danny Goods, the Tommy Does Musics out there to keep me accountable here. But correct me if I'm wrong. Did the Fearless Flyers record in January and release in February? Yeah.
Ew, that noise was freaking disgusting. I have to say, I hope that's cut.
Daniel, back me up here. What do you believe? What do you believe with the yearly release that Fearless Flyers have been doing, but the yearly release of 2021 that was skipped by Vulfpeck means that the 2022 release of Vulfpeck, coinciding with the tiny bubble of the Fearless Flyers release prior to it,
it's definitely a good sign.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's algorithmic. You know, like this is textbook stuff. This follows, like nothing's changed. And I don't think anything changed in 2021. We were always kind of like, there's always been this conversation that they were going to do all these albums and then they were going to do the greatest hits. And we got the greatest hits, didn't we? That's the Vulf Vault. It was just extended. It's like all of these greatest hits.
And you could consider that maybe as a Vulfpeck release during the pandemic.
I would personally.
Right. I mean, and we got Wong's Cafe too.
Right. And adding that to the Vulf lore, that is a Vulf Records release.
Yes. So now we've gotten past all of the re-releases of old material, right? We've done a bunch of represses. We've done a bunch of greatest hits albums. We've done all the archival materials that never made it to the light of day. Sounds like you're in the pack. I left that life a long time ago.
No, sorry,
there's got to be a new album.
Yeah,
there's got to be a new album.
Yeah. I broke his momentum. What a podcaster I am.
I know.
Look at that. He was on a roll. And
I had beef with the pack, and I honestly, I don't think I ever mended that, you know, and a lot's happened.
You know, I don't think you're alone. I went on the pack recently, and I tried to intentionally stay away from it, much like Daniel, just because of the nature of the show, and I want it to be fresh when we record. But I went on there recently, and there was a fellow there contemplating about leaving the group. I
saw that.
Which I mean, honestly, F off. Don't comment, leave. First of all.
Yeah. It's not.
Just leave, okay?
Right.
First of all.
I want to be a martyr of the Facebook group. Yeah.
Right. I'm thinking about leaving. Just leave.
Just leave. That's all you got to do. I've done it. It's all you got to do.
Right. Number 2, I commend his initiation of conversation, because this spawns some content in the Conscious Club podcast, because he's contemplating leaving the pack because of the lack of Vulfpeck releases, right? Because of the lack of the Vulfpeck lore, because of the lack of Jack Stratton being Jack Stratton, right? So he's leaving because of the scarcity is increasing, and he's leaving.
This is literally, it's a protest to the band, and it's not even about the actual Facebook group. Like, I left because I was draft dodging the War of 1612. What is this guy doing?
It was directly correlating with Jack, I feel like, for him.
Yeah.
He was...
So, I mean, it kind of goes without saying that was kind of a moot point anyway, because there shouldn't have been a comment to be spoken about in the first place.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
we have kind of famed him, but or the act of protesting via announcing the thought of leaving. Yeah, just go. Yeah,
right.
You're right.
Yeah, and then second part to Cody Sen is the tour part of that. Obviously, is probably going to occur after the release.
Yeah, right? I think 2023 there'll be a tour, probably outdoor.
Yeah, if it's a summer fall release, probably winter spring. Tour, probably. I don't know. So Cody Sen, thank you for providing many minutes of discussion here on the Conscious Club podcast. We need another print from you, honestly.
Let's pay this man first.
Thanks for the print, Cody. Our next response here on the Instagram is from CHOBO Studios. Oh, great. It says advertise CHOBO in caps.
Dang.
So go to chobostudios.com. If you're in the Los Angeles area and you need a podcast studio specializing in video, multicam video,
Heavy-handed, these people. Two sponsors or shout-outs in one pot already.
Yeah.
Heavy-handed.
Yeah.
I mean, we're blessed to be here, but these people are...
100%. 100%. I mean, we're Daniel just smirking over there. I love it. We're still at the bottom here. We're still hitting the rocks in terms of engagement of the show.
I know what.
And that's mostly our fault because of the lack of content we've produced in the last year. But I want to say, if you respond to our story, you get on the show. We're starting a community here.
We already have created a community. We're the one who left the community.
She's laughing at you, Tamberwolf. She's laughing at you, Cody.
No, I'm not.
She's laughing at you, fucking
I'm laughing because we
Tommy.
Abandoned them for a year, and you're saying we're creating a community.
We didn't abandon nothing. They didn't.
We left them like a baby on a doorstop.
Dog. When we posted the last episode last month, they were like, I forgot they even existed.
Exactly, because we abandoned
so
them.
You just mooted your own point.
Yeah, it could have been passive aggressive.
So did Tori just contradict herself with my point?
Do you think so?
Tamberwolf, thank you for responding to our Instagram story. We need to do something with them.
Yeah, we should do some kind of a giveaway thing, maybe on the page, on the Patreon, front on the page.
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
The first patron?
First patron gets a card. So I think we will be giving away the card by Tamberwolf to the first patron on our Patreonify.
You think? We will.
You want to give them, I guess the info is down in the description, right?
I mean, it's the first link in the description if you want to join it's patreonify.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the first patron will get the free deck of Tamberwolf cards.
Yay!
So, thank you, Tamberwolf. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Do we have any other Instagram responses?
We have one more.
Okay.
And it's from Aiden. Our beautiful, beautiful Aiden.
All the way from Amsterdam.
Yes. From Amsterdam, he says, "Who in the band has the biggest dong?"
Does he really?
Yes, he says that on Instagram. So we love you, Aiden. Thank you for the question. I want to say we do take every question for the Conscious Club podcast seriously. So if you submit one to the Conscious Club, we take it seriously. So honestly, Daniel, Tori, who's got the biggest dong?
That's a hard question.
In the Vulf-sphere. And it could extend into the Joey Dosics.
Okay.
Into the Antoines.
Don't say his name like that. We ain't doing
I'm saying
stereotypes on the show.
That's not stereotypes. It's a leading man.
Leading man energy.
I gotta say, Jack Stratton's got
LME, leading man energy.
Leading man energy. That's right. I'm saying if anybody, Jack Stratton and Antoine Stanley competing.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Jack Stratton, even though he's a skinny bloke, he's packing, I believe.
But don't you think if he was packing, you'd be seeing a little something in those white shorts?
Well, he could take from the drag community. He could talk.
He could talk.
What if he's so big that he doesn't? He knows it's a distraction that he talks. What do you think, Daniel? Who's got the biggest dong in the Vulf-sphere?
That's I want a TCCP investigative special about this.
I think this should be an entire episode.
The crotch shots.
Oh,
I want to see
we have
these,
to get crotch
Indy's
shots.
logics of all of it, all of it.
Vulf style. Whew.
Yeah. All right. So you're not naming names this episode.
No, let's look into it.
If you had to go off big Vulf energy, who would
of the four
BVE? You know,
of the main guys, I'm gonna say it's between. I'm gonna say it might be Theo. That's the vibes I'm getting as a woman.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And then of all the guys, I'm thinking maybe Joey Dosick.
Dossick's packing?
He's so tall. That's why I say that. He might be the tallest.
So just proportionality.
Yeah, he might be one of the tallest. So that's why I say that.
And, I mean, could you imagine being that sensual coupled with being that big?
Indy's dream.
I gotta say, I mean, he wins me over.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, talk about the game winner.
I know.
Jeez.
Speaking of, he is in a happy relationship for, I think, probably close to 2 years now, maybe. And she's really pretty, and I'm so happy for him.
Hell yeah.
She looks really sweet. So I'm really happy for Joey. We don't need that sound effect. But I do love the chime in from Aiden. I think that was a good...
oh, yes. Thank you, Aiden, from across the pond.
Across the pond.
He left us here in Los Angeles.
Abandoned.
And we love him so much.
We do.
And
yeah.
It sounds like he left. I mean, he didn't leave us, but, you know, we feel
left.
We love you, Aiden.
No. Should we jump into Vulf updates?
Vulf updates. Let's do it.
Cool. So we've had a bunch of Fearless Flyers releases since our last pod. And then Corey's been putting out content like crazy, like he always is. So we have some BTS from him.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to go through in the pack. You catching something over there, Daniel?
No, we're good. We're good.
I put on a esoteric video for Daniel in the background over there. It keeps him distracted.
It's a good time.
So,
yeah.
Is this one of your favorite new Fearless releases out of all of them, you think?
I gotta say...
Or was it 3 Bases?
My favorite of them... It's stuck. The one that's stuck in my head the most isn't my favorite.
Oh. Okay.
Isn't that weird? Do you find that weird, Daniel? Do you find yourself humming a song like, you hear it and then you hum it to yourself, for a couple days or whatever?
Wait, so which one's in your head the most then?
Reeling in the Years is in my head the most.
Oh, but it's not your favorite.
It's not my favorite.
It was going to be your favorite.
No. 3 Bases is my favorite.
3 Bases.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Would you say it's because Reeling in the Years has more of like a melody to it? That it's more singable? This is a little bit more like you'd be beatboxing if you were trying to go with this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's more me, baby.
Yeah.
It's more me, baby.
More
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can reel in the years, but I got decades to do that. You know what I'm saying? Running Man's okay. It's fun. It's predictable. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's blues. It's a blues riff with a surf tempo. It's a fun song. And also I gotta say, I love Jack's
cable management.
Oh wow, I didn't even notice that. That's great. The cable management is superb here. I would follow suit. But I think I want to commend Jack Stratton coming back to the widescreen.
Yeah.
Aspect ratio of his videos.
I do love the widescreen.
He usually goes a 4:3. He'll go square. But he's going back to his roots with the 16:9 aspect ratio, which is what you're watching right now on the Conscious Podcast aspect ratio. And he's framing the shot, accordingly.
Yeah,
which is great.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not recognize Mark Lettieri when I first saw these. I was like, who's this? Is this like somebody that they're featuring for Fearless for this album? I was like, who is that? And then I'm like, oh my god, wait, that's Mark Lettieri. I love the long hair though. I think it fits the vibe of being a musician.
It definitely does. I think it's maybe his version of me wearing sweatpants. You know what I mean? Like
quarantine hair.
It's quarantine hair that he's kept and hasn't changed. And I got to say, the other 3 guys have changed, at least for the recording.
Yeah.
From the pandemic. And Mark Lettieri has been stuck in his room a little too long. And I got to say, Mark, I love you.
I love it. Yeah. I think it's great.
No, I love the hair. That's what a pandemic will do to you, though.
We got one more here.
Before we go to Patrol, but
back to Running Man.
Let's go to Running Man, and I want to commend. Let's go back to where it slows down.
Oh yeah, I do like this section.
Yeah, go back to before it slows down.
The transition.
Keep going. A little bit. Oh my God! Come on. Yeah. Oh, right before this. All right. Tempo's this the whole time. It's beautiful. It's fun. I just got to commend the switching. It's all in the drums.
Yep. Yeah, it's a really strong transition.
It's strong, and then it works just as well. Like, oh.
This really highlights them very well, this slow section.
Yeah. And if you could hit L on your keyboard, keep going, keep hitting L till it fades out, maybe like the last 5 seconds. The fade out, this is the first Vulf fade out. And if you notice, like AC/DC Thunderstruck or Back in Black does a fade out. This is the very first Vulf fade out.
Yeah, it is a new thing for them, isn't it? I like it. It's classic.
It's a classic fade out.
It's classic.
And I even think
Razo's still going.
Yeah. What do you think of the Vulf fade out? I wanted to give it space to be listened to. What do you think?
I love it. I think it's natural, right?
Yeah, I mean it's an ode.
Right.
It's an ode to a time. And I commend it's great. And I commend Jack's I think there's Jack's way of at least maybe accomplishing some sort of artistic goal, right? I think that's a trend.
Yeah.
No? Or yes?
I think it is. I think it's trying different covers, different genres, different styles, different... I feel like that's always a big thing for them. It's trying different things, but also making it Vulf, like Vulfifying different things in a way.
Right. Yeah. Because, like, it's really to that song at least is... It seemed like Jack... That second part of the song was what Jack wanted to... I think that was the goal.
Yeah.
The second part was getting into that.
Yeah, because the first part is very fearless, and a lot of their songs are like the first half. Mm-hmm. So to do a slower section for Fearless is a little bit more of like, oh, this is a little bit different.
Right.
So I liked that a lot.
Yeah, it's like, the third season of a show, right? They go a little bit deeper. They try something new. Mm-hmm. It sounds a little bit different, and it works. It fits, right? So very, very cool, and a very simple goal. Mm-hmm. Because I really think that second part of the second half of the song, second 2/3 or so, is a new sound for Fearless Flyers that we haven't heard before. Mm-hmm. That I think Nate Smith's innate talents helped transition.
100%.
Right? And not to say nobody other than Nate could do that, but I guess
he's Nate Smith.
You know what I mean? That's great. Beautiful.
So I'm not going to lie, I haven't heard this one yet. So this will be my first time hearing Patrol
Acrobatique.
So let's give it a listen. You didn't tune it for this one, though. Oh, you're trying to.
There we go.
There we go. Sounds like there's a UFO landing in the middle of the recording. Oh my god. Great work.
This is fun. Thank you for bringing this, Daniel.
Yeah, it's a great time, huh?
Daniel.
Yeah, I got to say, it harkens back to old TCCP. It brings me back.
Yeah.
100%.
And I got to say, Daniel's bringing back the Conscious Club podcast to its roots. Thank you, Daniel.
There was a time where that thing had its own camera, I think.
Yeah.
And you know, I contemplated doing that today.
The iPhone shot?
And it was either that or I'd be extremely stressed. And I prefer not to be extremely stressed like last time before we recorded. And that went that way.
Yeah.
Don't do it to yourself.
Yeah, don't do it to myself.
Any last thoughts on Fearless before we pivot to Corey's tour vlog featuring Antoine?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we got, 4 tracks this month?
Yes, so far.
So what usually is there 7 tracks? Typical LP?
It was
4 to 7?
5 to 7.
5 to 7. So there's still 3 releases left in March, but we'll go over that next month in next episode. And I think this brings us to our our fan requested segment for the Corey Wong Antoine Stanley tour vlog. Here we go.
I left my wireless unit in the storage unit where I store the set for the Wong Notes band. And it's here at the rehearsal space, conveniently. So here's a little tour of this building.
This is CHOBO, by the way. CHOBO Studios.
Yeah, just as large of a facility.
Yeah.
There it is. I had it in my desk.
Hey, the Corey and the Wong Notes desk, baby.
1, 2, 3, 4. Chris Thiele shaking in his boots, eh?
I love it. Could you, is there chapters in this YouTube?
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Lost in translation. Antoine, here
There we
he is.
go. I want the Stanley. Hey, look who it is! The Antoine man. Of course.
Oh, he's busted!
Oh my God, dude!
Oh.
I gotta stay charged.
Hold up!
Damn, that's a charger.
Antoine
I
Stanley
need
is
that
notorious for having the biggest portable battery with him at all times.
I've gotta stay charged.
The thing is, he doesn't even have a laptop. This is for his iPhone.
Damn, he stays
Oh,
charged.
that's bigger than the iPad.
I need
I
that.
gotta have it. You already know, man. I gotta stay charged.
It's like a 200 terabyte hard drive inside.
Dude, it feels great to be here with you and the gang, and this is awesome. You want to do a little something?
Let's hit Lost in Translation. Can you tell me how you want to do the kind of vamp, the open section? How do you want to work that out?
So, this is after the breakdown, right?
Yeah. Well, the breakdown itself. What do you want to do?
So let's hit with guitar for a minute, and I'll build that up, and then bring you guys in. And yeah, I think that'll be it. Just write it out.
So it's basically 4 rounds of the.
Yeah.
Na, 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 na.
Yeah, 4 rounds of that, and then.
And
pretty
then
much
the
4
rhythmic
rounds
thing,
of
and
the
then
rhythmic thing.
And then that'll fence post a first half and a second half. Great.
It's just that the second time around of the 4, we'll hype it up even more and go right back into the chorus.
Yes.
Right?
Great. And I think after your 4 times of the melodic thing, when it goes rhythmic, Sonny, you can come in with the boom, boom, ding.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, ding.
Oh, right.
And Batar, you keep playing. The rims thing is cool, but make it feel a little less bombastic than what we've done before in the second half.
Got it.
Let's skip ahead to
My preference would be that it be a
what
little
other
dry.
chapters they got here.
feeling. That's right, Sonny. Too much because Twan's doing his thing.
Hover
You're
over the
kinda going
chapters.
off, then doing your thing. It just.
Now it's been some time since I felt right with you. Now we're on the line and our hearts are trying to get through. But we live on a different page, spelling out the strings. Try to understand, speak a different
There's just certain sounds that work with his register. Perfect.
Is this gonna be a Is this a Tori song? Or is this for Antoine's stuff?
I don't know.
I can't remember if this was on his LP or not. Antoine's. I remember the Ascension one.
You got any more shtick?
Obviously, we want to give it our actually going to serve them a little
strength that I should have. And I'm also assisting you.
Okay.
Another song. There's some sticky.
There's something that connects.
They're very serious.
They're very serious.
To get to playing music. It's crazy how kooky Tori is, and then when it comes down to playing the music, he's like very
so serious.
I'm trying to get it in
now
on
he's
bass
stick.
this tour, and Sonny needs to get it in on guitar too because Sonny absolutely shreds. And is an
Could you hop over to the gear, the walk through the gear of the other episode we walked through? Did we do that last episode? Do you remember that?
No, we didn't.
Okay. Because I think this is a very useful ancillary piece of content for for the for what Tommy suggested here. I mean, Corey has all his members walk through exactly which gear,
so cool.
which things they use, what they use day to day from their touring on stage, how they make their mix sound the same from venue to venue. Pedals. It's a very cool walkthrough
of every instrument and every player that he has.
Yeah.
Even the winds and everyone.
Go to I think it was
Sunny T?
Yeah, do Sunny T.
Sunny T's is really cute because he ends up swearing.
Hey, what's happening? This is Sunny T. I'm just explaining some of my gear to you right now. For bass guitar, I'm using a Warwick Dolphin, and I'm using the Fender Jazz Bass also. For my effects on the floor, I'm using a whammy. I can get chorus sounds out of it, I can get octave sounds, and I can get pitch bend sounds out of it, which is really cool when I'm either soloing or if I'm ending a song or just, muting in different situations. I'm using the MXR bass envelope filter, which is just freaking dope. I can just, when I'm slapping and getting funky with it, I mean, the inflection points between the up and the down are so cool. And I'm using the, what the is this? I forgot who made this shit. I'm using the Boss Heavy Metal pedal. I love the heavy metal pedal for bass because it's really thick and gritty. And I also have my fingers, which are dope too. They're actually a nice extension of my instrument. And I'm using DR strings on my guitar, which I've been with DR for many, many, many years. So
I have a question about your strings, because you use super light strings, right?
Yes, 30 through 105.
30 through 105?
Yep, 30, 50, 70, 90, 105. I just like the long tones, and I like the elastic feel of them too. So like when I want to bend. It's just dope.
He likes to be able to move the string like super fire.
Right on.
What is up? This is
That's funny. I think Corey Wong just figured out a little secret.
Super flexible.
It's interesting because if you watch that tour vlog, front to back, you kind of realize that Corey Wong is I wouldn't say a technical perfectionist, not necessarily a perfectionist, and I would say what he does show to show live show compared to most bands, I would say, and I don't know what most bands do. I'm just saying I would probably think that what Corey's doing is way
more than what anyone else.
Way more, because Daniel, on that tour vlog video, he goes through earlier in the video that he brings, at concerts where people are like, "Can I get more monitor? Can I get more drums?" He brings that to the stage. He has his own mixer for his own. He doesn't have to ask. He brings all of that to the stage with him, so he just turns up what he wants, and he asks his members what they want.
He has like all the equipment.
Everything that you would ask the front of a house, he has on stage.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a man refined in his practice.
Yeah, but think of how much extra prep you need to do in order to prep that every show, every night. You know, and I just got to say, you know, props to Corey Wong, because he inspired me to make sure that I know my signal flow. I know where, you know, what's going where and why it's going into what thing. Because everything needs to be, you know, ironed in, locked in, you know, night to night, you know, recording to recording. And I got to say, I commend that, because also there was one thing I noticed from watching it last week, was how different his approach is from Jack Stratton, in that Jack Stratton is all mystique, all implied, and yeah, his tutorials on Vulf, the Vulf channel for the piano stuff, that's all well and good, but Corey Wong goes into every single solitary detail that makes his sound. Yeah. And what's great about that is that I think it's you could give the playbook, the blueprint on what to do and how to sound, and if you don't care, you're not going to do it. Only good, you know what I mean? Like, you could give the playbook on how to make $100 million. Yeah. And only people who are going to make $100 million will do that. Yeah. And it's the same for that kind of caliber of musicianship, where it's like that's his life. Yeah. You know. I'm on a sick one here today.
No, but yeah, it's so cool that Corey really lets you in from like how he gets from pre-production to distribution. It's every single step of the process, how he makes his music and how he tours. And it's really helpful for like all the young people who haven't started their careers yet to see all the equipment, all the, you know, the software and everything. It really like, it's so nice, because I remember growing up wanting to like be in animation, and you didn't get to see any information on how people did things, you know, because it's like we didn't have YouTube yet, you know, all that stuff. So it's like so cool that he shares all those details, because not a lot of bands really go into that much depth, I feel like, with their process.
Right. Yeah, I feel like it's he's completely on the other side of the spectrum in compared to Jack, because you know, they're both band leaders, and I know Daniel's squirming over here. What's your take, Daniel? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I want to hear this.
No, what do you think? What's your smirk?
No, nothing. I'm actually very interested in so Corey versus Jack, opposite ends. Everybody else falls in the middle.
Right.
What's going on? Because you're right. A lot of parallels here. Let's list them out.
Oh, love it. Okay. Well, they both command the stage. They both have lore.
Shtick and personality.
And I think what's great about Corey Wong and what he promotes is that, and some may hear, this may come across as a jab, and I don't mean it to be, but I think he gives people, or at least like he gives me, I could speak from my perspective, he gives me inspiration and hope to better myself than what I was yesterday.
Yeah, I
rather
agree.
than like comparing myself to others, like, ooh, could I be the next Corey Wong? What console is he using? What preamps are he like? I don't care. Like, what is the underlying thing that he's accomplishing? You know what I mean? Like that's a conceptual thing. That's not a technical thing, right? And I think once you start to grasp that, all the technical falls into place, right? It's all about the substance of what's happening, not necessarily the means by which it gets sonically delivered to you. Although that's important, right? Like these mics going into a preamp, going into an interface, going into Logic Pro, and Daniel monitoring it, and I'm monitoring it here. Like that's a signal flow that needs to happen in order for a quality audio broadcast for these mics to occur, right? And if I use another mic, you can go back to episode 1 through fucking 40 of this podcast that wasn't recorded this way, and you can compare audio and go, oh my God, the signal flow does matter. But also, what made the show great was born during those times that it was recorded shitty,
right? So it's not necessarily. I guess what I'm trying to get at here is
because Corey shares so much of what he does and how he does it, it makes it feel like it's more attainable for you to do the things you want to do.
Right.
Because of Jack's mystique, and he does share some things, but he doesn't share everything. It's like, he's Jack, like, I could never do that. Like, there's stuff he doesn't know that we'll never know and that we can't do because it's just Jack and it's in his brain and we don't really know everything. But because Corey shares everything, it's like, oh, I could do that too.
Exactly. And comparing the two, they're both just as prolific in my mind, in my head. Honestly, recently, Corey's more so recently.
Just content.
More prolific in terms of output and quality of output each release.
Yeah.
He's actually kind of out-jacking Jack, and I've probably said this before, and I'll say it again, like, it's honestly true. But the thing is, we don't know these people, right?
Exactly.
It's like Jack may not be the person, like he honestly probably isn't the person to be like a Corey Wong, nor would we want him to be, right? It's just their approach to what they do, right? Like you never see Jack, like, I don't know, making a selfie video or like other than a release for his 50,000, for his spotting track. And that's heavily edited, right? And with text on screen,
I
right?
guess there isn't a lot of intimate moments,
right? And I really honestly don't know. And Daniel, maybe you can back me up here or have an idea. I don't know if Jack approaching it the way Corey approaches it would benefit Jack in any way. Now,
I don't think so at all. I think that you're looking at two different types of artistic communication. Yeah. You have Jack, who is speaking to you in the result of him speaking to the people that he's learning from, which is, where he's grabbing all of his influences and stuff like that. And then Corey is contagious in showing you the actual process.
Yeah.
And
it's two very separate ways of communicating artistically. And that's based in like who they are.
Who they are. Yeah.
The fact that they're able to communicate together and then give us even better stuff is amazing.
It really is. We're only scratching the surface here, and that's what I think this podcast does the best. I really think that what we're talking about right now is what makes this show worth listening to, because I think there are dynamics at play here that just goes unspoken. And even in the pack, which I don't necessarily monitor, am in often anymore, it doesn't seem like very. I mean, I'm sure there's nuanced conversation surrounding music and theory and stuff like that, but stuff like this I don't think gets talked about, right? Where the underlying thing of the underlying mechanism that makes them tick is innately different, but just like they're innately different, but that doesn't make the quality of it any different, right? Like what Corey puts out, I honestly put to the same regard as any Vulf recording. And what's great is that the volume of Corey Wong's output, I still think that. Like, the scarcity is what makes Vulf great, but is it? Because Corey puts out 8 albums a year.
I have to say, though, the scarcity works for me. I feel like a Vulf record feels more special just because Corey does put out so much. I feel like the scarcity does help. Okay.
I could see that too, because you could see in Corey's machine gun release schedule what Jack takes from that and incorporates in his vision for Vulfpeck, right? Where it's like he's taking the best of what Corey has to bring, he's filtering it into his own psyche and going, this is what, he's taking the best out of all of those releases, all of that he's been hearing from him too. I would say if I'm Jack Stratton and Corey Wong releases an album, I'm listening to that, I'm digesting that, and I'm probably using forward thinking into going, oh, I didn't even know Corey could even do that. I'm thinking of a song that I was making to play and or writing, and maybe he wasn't even thinking Corey would be a good leader to that, or you know what I mean? Like I think Corey outputting so much even helps Jack produce more music because it could. I don't know. Am I just taking the airwaves here?
No, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm so convicted, everybody.
I know. That's why we love you.
Like on a Vulfpeck release, it's an event.
Yeah.
Rather than like Corey is more so like, here's my album now. Here's my album now. Here's my album now. It's more like, are you like Vulfpeck? Are you guys ready for the next album? Like it's more theatrical.
Yeah, and
right?
to Tori's point, I think that release gives a lot to
play
the experience of participating and being an audience member for something.
Right. And honestly, never really thought about it until we brought it up just in this conversation. But speaking to how your personality influences the way you create.
Yeah.
In general, like
it's not honest if it doesn't.
Right, like a Jackson Pollock compared to a
Rembrandt.
Monet, Vulfpeck compared to Metallica, like or classical, like it's interesting palettes. We're getting in deep here in the Conscious Club podcast. Deep. But I think this is a great conversation, and I think we can pick it up the more releases come out.
Yeah, especially when we get a new Vulf album, we'll really be able to dive in more with the differences.
Yeah. I think we can button it up with, if you lean into, what were you going to say?
We love both of them.
We love both of them equally, just like our children. But I guess when it comes down to it, it's just like kind of lean into what you would naturally do more easily or more naturally, because that's probably what's going to be
best and most successful.
Yeah, and most representative of you, right? Which in all honesty is easiest to do.
To be true to you.
To just do what you would naturally do and just try to figure out a way to showcase that in some either grand way or non-grand way, Jack way or not, or Corey way. You know? Not that Corey isn't grand,
because he definitely is.
Boy, is he grand. He's got that package.
Oh my God. No. I
gotta say that I think Corey wants packs.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No stereotypes.
White pants energy.
Yeah. A lot of editing this episode.
I know.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to play Vulf Style? It is a
Vulf Style, baby.
A throwback to an old segment we used to have called Vulf Style, but it's been rebranded as more of a game.
Yeah. Is this Vulf Style like 5?
Oh, I think
Vulf
probably
Style
more
6?
than that. Oh, geez. Probably 7, 8.
Who knows? It'll be on the screen. Anyway, thank you.
So this is going to be Daniel and Indy are going to guess who these people are based on what they're wearing.
Oh, it's a game.
Yeah.
Based on what they're wearing.
Because their face is going to be covered in the first slide.
Sure.
And then we'll have to see if you guys could guess who they are by what they're wearing.
Okay, and then how do we, what's the cadence of how to answer? Like, do I, I got this, or
you guys can just say it whenever you want.
Okay.
Just
You're either going to be right or wrong. So we're co-op.
Yeah.
So is it like
co-op? We're against Tori.
So is it like, Daniel, who is this? And then if he gets it wrong, it's me? Or is it just a free-for-all?
It's a free-for-all, and there's no points. It's just for fun.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay. Oh, my God. This is
Who
hard.
is this? So these are not strictly Vulf members. They're people that have been on Vulf Records and have featured and also are adjacent.
That's...
It's hard?
No, this has got to be someone on Corey's side, right?
No. He was on Hero Town. Who
Oh,
was on
really?
Hero Town?
Oh.
God damn it.
I don't know who was on Hero Town.
It's
I think you're going in the wrong direction.
Michael Bland.
No, you're going in the wrong direction.
I'm wrong.
Think Jack to his core, this person is.
Oh, Bernard Purdy.
Bernard Purdy.
Got it, baby. This is fun. This is fun.
Look at him. And he's like, hey, it's me.
It's me, baby.
All right.
Okay, I like this. Oh, man.
This is a childhood picture of somebody.
Oh, that's amazing.
I love his fingers, his little...
I'm trying to think. I'm trying not to let the red and white get me.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to go more by surroundings.
Okay.
You know? Seems very Midwest.
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to say Woody.
I think Theo.
It is a bug, so I feel like that is very Woody. And you think Theo?
Yes.
Mark Lettieri.
Wow.
Interesting. Okay. So it does go that far into the Vulf
It does.
I wasn't even thinking
Fearless Flyers even.
How broad does it get? What's the broadest member? Is this the broadest?
No. Somebody that was featured only once on a Vulf.
Oh, I can't wait. All
okay.
right.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, that's Woody.
Do you agree, Daniel?
Yeah.
100%.
Nice.
Professor Goss.
That's
Love it.
This is the person in the middle only. Of course, not the people with their faces showing. Think man purse. Adidas high tops. Black skinny jeans.
Yeah, I'm thinking because of the height. Antoine. No.
But is the bag?
But he's got hair. I see the hair. I don't know. The bag? I don't actually know who has bag. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's not. But it's part of Corey's band.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know who's got the bag.
I'll go Antoine.
Do you agree, Daniel?
No, I don't see the fit anymore. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't wear those shoes.
I don't see the fit.
He wouldn't.
Yeah. I was just going off of height. Yeah. But,
and this is the person that's featured once.
No, this is somebody.
Oh, this is easy.
This is somebody who's in Corey's circle that we see very often in Corey's circle.
Have we seen him in this podcast?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Figured. Yeah. So Sonny, right?
Yes.
Oh, Sonny T.
Woo!
Look at him. He's got the little side. He's hiding. He was
I had to make the heart so big to cover his hair, but
I know.
Yeah.
Daniel still saw a peak.
Wow. You know, I wouldn't
one.
take him for a skinny jean. High top.
He's skinny jean.
Oh my God. That is. Oh. Oh
the
man.
hair.
That is.
You know it in your soul who that is with those fluffy arms.
Yeah, it's got to be, right?
It's I can't think of his name now. Guitarist for the Scary Pockets, whose name is not who is yes, Ryan Lerman, of course. It's been so long, everybody. I'm sorry. I got it right though.
Those arms, though.
I knew those arms anywhere. I know those arms.
Wow. Deep cut.
Yeah.
Another childhood photo.
I'll go Dosick.
Yeah, I could see it. It's wholesome, and he probably still wears that.
I could see him in that
I could see
shirt,
him still wearing
actually.
that right now, yeah. He agrees? Who is it?
Antoine!
Hey, love
Baby
it.
Antoine.
Love it. Straight from Flint.
2 Vulf people in this.
Vulf people.
That's Lerman and Joey. Dosick.
Do you agree, Daniel?
The hands for
Joey
Dosick.
Dosick. I think Joey Dosick, yeah.
But does Dosick have those hands? Those hands are so big for Dosick. Like, Dosick can't diddle a woman with those. You know what I mean?
So much editing in this. Diddle a woman?
Could you see Joey Dosick diddling with those hands?
Those are not Joey's hands. No.
Those are not a sensual man's diddling hands.
No,
fair.
those are
Fair
not
play.
Joey's hands.
That's
a very machismo. There's no diddling going on with those hands.
I want to say Theo Katzman, but there's not.
It is.
You got to go through heartbreak to write a heartbreak song.
Yeah. I could see Theo getting in them jeans. He was my BDE pick of the 4, remember?
Now that I see the
and
hands,
the hands.
Now that I see the hands, yes,
BDE
100%.
energy.
I think he's got the biggest D of them all.
What is the E in BDE?
Energy.
Oh yes. Okay.
Do we have any more? Nope. That's the last one, kids. Do we like the new Vulf Style game?
I love the new Vulf Style game. Comment below. Do you guys
great.
love it? Jeez, I think this is a quality game that we need to play every time.
And we have 2 new segments coming up.
Two new segments.
They're
really?
kind of more gamey, I'd say.
Okay, and I think we're taking a I think this is the perfect podcast to bring up that great good artist steal or good artist copy, good artist copy, great artist steal, and we are going to steal the great segment from the new Chobo Studios podcast, Around the Bag. Now, if you go to aroundthebag.com, you could see what kind of show I'm talking about. But we are taking the segment called Pick It, but we're taking it and calling it This or That.
Yep.
And I want to say props to Ian Bagg, the comedian, for making the segment that inspired this segment today.
So basically, we just have to pick one or the other.
Yep, pick one or the other, and it's me versus Daniel. Okay. All right, let's go, Tori.
All right, Bootsy Collins or James Gadsden?
Gadsden.
Collins.
Woo! Animal Spirits or Wait for the Moment?
Wait for the Moment.
I can't believe we're doing this. Wow, that is
I disagree with
brutal. That is brutal. That is just a total mood question.
Take yourself back to the mood when you're listening to each one.
I know, but that's the thing, is to be honest with you. All time, Animal Spirits, but right now, Wait for the Moment.
Wow.
Right now. Oh. Interesting.
Wow.
Okay.
Sonny T or David T. Walker?
Ooh. I'll go Sonny T.
Yeah, Sonny.
All right. Mike Viola or Lewis Cole?
Mike Viola.
Hot button issue.
It's
Mike.
for survival or it gets funkier for.
Oh, it gets funky.
Oh, so you're a Cole.
Yeah.
Cold.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
I'm Cole.
He's a
I guess
Cole
I'm
kid.
Cole. It's just got to keep getting funkier.
I agree, but not Cole.
Back Pocket or 1612?
They're both kind of equally overplayed.
Yeah.
They're kind of both equally vanilla.
I think that I'm going Back Pocket. I relate to Back Pocket, and 1612 did a number on the pack, and to this day, I don't know if they recovered.
So true.
I'll just say well, it depends. Back Pocket was their commercial hit. 1612 was their cable TV debut.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm only leaning towards 1612, only in your point. Had you not mentioned that, I wouldn't have thought about it. The contentious memes and the contentious 1612-ness.
Has more memeability,
Yeah,
for sure.
1612's like one tier lower in the Vulf iceberg, right?
Well, it's in the. I think it's more so than Back Pocket. It's embedded in the psyche of all Vulf.
It's part of the lore.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you could sing Back Pocket, but 1612 is like, like the what is it called? What's that tablet that has the first writings?
Like the commandments or whatever?
Or
Ten Commandments or...
That was my guess.
No.
You're not thinking of the 10 Commandments. I have no idea what you're thinking.
No, it was a big rock. It was a big rock they found.
Is it like a part of like Jesus and all that?
No,
because I don't know what it's gonna be.
No, it was they made a language learning app about
Tori, take us to church.
No,
I'm not good with.
No, it's one of the most popular language learning apps.
Oh,
it's like Mosaic, not Mosaic.
Oh yeah.
Duolingo, where the owl berates you if you don't
it's
get
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta
The Rosetta Stone. Yes, of course.
I didn't know it was a real stone.
Yeah, it's a real stone they found. That's why it's called Rosetta
Look
Stone.
up what it is.
Look up the Rosetta Stone. I gotta say, Rosetta Stone, great.
Uncultured swine. That's me. I'm an this.
Yeah,
it looks like an armadillo's skin.
Where can we see this today?
I mean, it was found in where?
It is no longer unique.
Oh. Wait, why is it hieroglyphs? Why is it so many different scripts? It's in the British Museum.
British Museum. Okay.
So it's hieroglyphs, Demotic script, and Greek script?
Mm-hmm. Well, if you went to the very first sentence of the description, maybe we could understand what it is. It's a piece of granite with etchings on it. Found in Memphis, Tennessee. Or Memphis, Egypt. Sorry.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Can you imagine if that was found in Memphis, Tennessee?
Yeah,
and it's just
Change some things.
It's just like a instruction manual on how to make moonshine.
All right, boys. On saxophone, Dave Koz or Joey Dosick?
Dosick.
Koz.
Okay.
On drums, Nate Smith or Bernard Purdy?
Purdy.
Y'all go Purdy.
All right, last one.
That's hard. It's just hard to say, but yeah.
Last one, Deantown or Funky Duck?
Funky Duck.
Deantown.
Woo!
Of the whimsical Vulf songs, Funky Duck's not one that I revisit as much as some of the others.
Love it.
Copy.
All right, on to our next
segment.
Funk, marry, kill. And for funk, it means it's your second favorite. Marry is your most favorite. And kill is your least favorite.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Chris Thile, Charles Jones, and Mike Viola.
Well, before we start,
yeah,
could funk be the most favorite? Because
sure,
this is a funk podcast.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Why can't I call
funk is the most emotional, right? Marriage, you get stability.
I mean, in the classic F, marry, kill, F is the most desired.
Not necessarily. Would you?
No,
because you could F somebody you don't want to marry. So that's why it's second fave.
F is like attraction. It's like
right,
like, lust.
which is
yeah. Thank you.
Right, which is quicker than.
But marrying is more like long-term.
I know, but when you're married, like when you're married,
you do the marriage on the favorite.
No, but what's more spicy?
Okay, we'll do.
What's more spicy, the funk or the marry? Because I gotta say, I don't think the marry be very, very spicy.
Okay, so we'll do funk most fave. Okay,
because I'm saying it's fleeting, but I'm saying the intensity.
Okay,
the intensity is way more than marry.
Okay,
You've
funk
been married
is most
for
fave.
10 years. You gotta get the hell away from me. You're not gonna want to F.
So we're doing most spicy. It's the best.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, so with that in mind, F marry. It's F marry kill, but instead of F, it's funk. Okay, great.
Chris Thile, Charles Jones, and Mike Viola.
Oh, I think. Kill Thile.
No, he was my most favorite. He was my funk.
Funk Charles Jones, and I'd marry Mike Viola.
Stop. Okay, so I say funk Chris Thile, marry Charles Jones, kill Mike Viola.
Kill Mike Viola? For survival, baby.
For survival.
Right, Daniel?
You're killing Chris for sure.
100%.
Gotta kill Chris. Nets you the most, points with the people who hate Chris. Just saying. It's a purely political game.
Y'all are anti-Chris up in here.
Purely political game.
Well, the other two have more to offer.
Yeah. I don't know why I walked into that.
I mean, honestly, Mike Viola may not in the Vulf-sphere, but I gotta say, Thile has more of an imprint than Viola, but I'm on Team Viola.
Dang.
Sorry to stop you.
Who you
marry Charles Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, of
marry
course.
Charles Jones, yeah.
He's the marrying type.
He does. Yeah. No.
Did we all marry Chris? Charles, I mean? I think we all
Everybody
married Charles.
We're all taking Charles home to the parents. Yeah.
Of course.
Dang, we all married Charles.
Wins this round. All right.
Okay. Holy Trinity's Vulf 2 and piano tutorials.
Ooh. Well, if you kill one, that's tough because the other, the one you kill, is very valuable. Of the three,
not necessarily. I mean, you should kill the one that's least valuable, even though they're all valuable to us.
Yeah, I know, but I think each is equally valuable in their own way. right? Like the Holy Trinities, you get a breadth of history. Vulf 2, you get a mixture of two different generations of different funk and syncopation. And with piano tutorials, you're learning the secret voicings behind Vulfpeck tunes. I mean,
from the
this is a tough.
I'm gonna funk Holy Trinities, marry piano tutorials, and kill Vulf 2.
Yep, that's the play.
Well, no. I marry piano tutorials, 100%. 100%. Okay. I agree with that.
Okay.
But I reverse. I funk Vulf 2 and I kill Holy Trinities.
What? We have a whole series on the Holy Trinities.
Only reason why Vulf 2 it gets a funk from me is because it's probably been the least appreciated of the three.
For sure.
Therefore, is probably needing some TLC.
Yeah.
Some good old loving from me.
Yeah.
So I want to give attention to, those who's most deserved of it. Yeah. And I think in that those three, I think Vulf 2 deserves a funk, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was great.
Cool.
Love that.
Second to last, Corey Wong, Joey Dosick, and Antoine Stanley. And yes, you have to kill one of them. It's going to be so hard. It's so hard.
It's not, though.
Really? Wait, who are you picking, Daniel? It's not hard for you?
So you open the B&A, or not the, you open the Sweetwater catalog today.
Oh, God, deep cut.
Okay, I'm listening.
And somewhere in the middle, you'll see a full-page ad with the man you got to marry, Corey Wong.
Dang.
Right in the middle, because you're going to get a good life. You know?
Okay.
You're going to get a life with all three of them, right? But I'm gonna go for the
marry Corey.
I'm gonna go for the music empire over the Lakers tickets. I don't know.
Now I gotta say, Daniel, that's a very great analysis because I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah,
because of the three, you want a homemaker.
You are making a awful decision in doing this. You're reprehensible, whatever the word is. In committing this act, no matter which way you go.
Oh, it goes without saying.
You marry for the money because you're an awful person in this scenario.
Right.
You got to stay in character.
And most marriages are a business.
Would you marry Corey too?
Oh, 100%. No, I'm saying what's interesting, had Daniel not brought that up, I wouldn't have considered that a reason to marry him.
Yeah.
Although, now that I realize that, that's an obvious, easy choice. And now it's only who do I kill, right? Because and now I guess not necessarily who do I kill, is who's going to be better in bed, right?
Okay.
And I gotta say,
this one's been this is called payoff.
I gotta say, Antoine is more of a leading man. It's more LME, leading man energy. So I think he's going to be a little bit, let's just say, firm than Joey, but not that. I guess it depends on what you want.
Yeah. Do you want firm or sensual?
Firm or sensual? Because I
feel like Antoine would be sensual.
He would be too. Yeah.
He's
now
an
that we say
R&B
that,
guy.
yeah. No. Okay. So I would.
Gotta kill one.
Fuck Joey. All right, Corey. Kill Antoine.
Killed Antoine?
No, I couldn't.
Wait, who would you kill?
You have to kill one of them.
Yeah, I mean, Joey's dead.
No.
The sensuality plays nothing into you.
I didn't want to do any of this, but Joey's gone. Free up those tickets for someone. I don't know.
Okay, the tickets really get you, huh? Are you jealous of his courtside seating?
If I wanted to, no. I mean,
no. Be honest.
No. But, Antoine just wins this one out for me.
Okay.
Person.
Okay. I like the tickets though. I think the tickets work more towards benefiting Joey than not benefiting Joey.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Oh,
there's an empty seat. Someone else can go to a Lakers game.
Right. Oh, you were seeing that as a pro, not a con.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Gotcha. Interesting. I love this segment.
Yeah.
This is great. This is perfect for the social media reels and TikTok videos. Perfect. All right, what's our last trifecta here?
Jack Stratton, Mushy Krongold, and DJ Bean Ornish.
Ooh.
Gotta kill one.
I kill DJ Bean Ornish. Only because the other, I mean, comparatively,
he's a smaller.
He can't keep up output wise. I mean, is he really a DJ? Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, obviously kill Bean Ornish. Love him, but your output is a slow trickle.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you gotta marry Mushy. Really?
Well, now that it's funk, marry, kill, you gotta funk with Jack.
Yeah. So you gotta marry Mushy at the end of the day.
But marrying Mushy has its own implications. I mean, there's the what's that? The shofar? Is that what it's called? Shofar. There's the shofar that probably wakes you up every morning.
Yeah.
So I don't want that rude awakening. With Mushy, you have, I mean, just, would you say self-loathing? Is self-loathing in Mushy's,
A bit. He's a bit, yeah. A bit of a...
I'm just trying to say, like, the underlying character dynamics at play. Like, I think if... I really want to take this seriously, because I really think funking Jack wouldn't be as...
Long-term,
but I don't think funking Jack would be as fun as funking Mushy. But also, marrying Jack would be kind of boring, and I don't think he would love me the way I need to be loved because he loves music so much.
You really think a lot.
Yeah, no, with how important Jack is to you as a person, you're going to give him one night and you think you're going to be okay for the rest of your life?
Yeah, because you shouldn't meet your idols.
Okay.
But what if he is everything that you wanted and you ended up marrying Mushy and wanted Jack all along?
Think about the long terms here.
We have an opportunity to put a man out of his misery who seems to want to be. No, I don't know.
So you want to kill Mush?
Yeah, his reputation didn't bounce back from episode 1 of this show, did it?
No, I mean, there's been no content to really make a decision either way, really. It's just been what episode 1 was, and there hasn't been really much Mushy content since. But I'm just saying, let's just put our weapons down here and come to a round table and just really discuss this. Okay. Right? So you're in a long-term committed relationship. You're married, right? You have combined bank accounts. Who would you want to have combined bank accounts with, Mushy or Jack?
Jack.
Right? Who has the more business sense? Jack. Who's going to be paying that mortgage? Jack. Who out of those 2 or 3, honestly, is going to be providing? Mushy is all about the funny. He's all about the shtick.
He's about the science.
He doesn't care about the income. He doesn't care about the revenue streams. I want to marry somebody who has the revenue streams. And I gotta say, Jack Stratton provides that for me. And not only does Jack Stratton provide that, but he provides also Mushy and the DJ Bean Ornish. So if you marry Jack Stratton, killing DJ Bean Ornish is fine because you still got Jack and Mushy. He's a creator of all 3. Look at that. Look at that. How about that
so logic? You're killing Orny.
Oh, you kill Orn. Easy. Am I wrong?
Right.
What do you guys think? Nothing?
I'll swap the 2 to give another perspective, but yeah, you marry Jack Stratton.
Right. Did much like you convinced me of Corey Wong, did I convince you of Jack Stratton?
Yeah.
I like how willing to admit that you were.
I mean, I had my mind made up, but like I am totally okay giving the credit away.
I'll take credit for your thought process. Sure. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of Funk, Marry, Kill, a brand new segment here on the Conscious Club podcast. And I want you guys to comment below if you guys like it, what we need to cut, what we need to do more of. And I think this brings us back to honorable mentions.
We have some TikToks and some fan art. TikTok 1.
Oh, TikToks. Here we go. This is going to be fun.
Hold on, I got to move them to the screen.
If you just X out of it and just click it once and then spacebar. Hell yeah, dude.
Hey, don't ruin her beautiful TikTok with your poop noises.
Hi, let's make Tiptoe his daily salad. 75% of Tiptoe's diet is just grass and hay, so I make sure to give this to him every day. 2 days a week I add in calcium powder, which is important for keeping his shell and bones nice and strong. I like to add a little bit of water because it helps it stick to the grass better. It wouldn't be a Tiptoe meal if I didn't go all out, so I added some Missouri pellets as croutons, and I grabbed these pretty yellow flowers to put on top. He was trying to break out of the gate when I brought it over, but once I put it down, he came over to eat. Tiptoe eats about the size of his shell and grass and hay every single day. I like to give it to him in small spurts so he doesn't eat it all at once, but he usually ends up just tipping the bowl over and munching.
Wow.
Just saying they did not sec that TikTok to 1612.
True. Don't you think that's Jack as an animal, though? That little
Very
funky
much.
tortoise?
Yeah, he's a funky tortoise.
And eats salad.
That was awesome. That was very
instructional.
Ornish.
Very Ornish.
The Ornish style medicine. Yep.
Very.
Stop. Fund incoming.
Okay.
You're ruining these people's moments. God. I really just picked this guy for face.
Face only. Beautiful.
That guy was great.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
Mom said, wait for the moment.
Hey.
Went to bed where the other kids still outside. I don't have time when
Trying to find the key.
So I snuggle up with my seat, wait for the better day. I play football tomorrow. My best
Indy.
Sorry.
But I don't love or not now.
Yeah, let's wait for the moment over animal spirits any day.
Damn.
I agree. Yeah.
It's all about you, girl, on your 16th birthday. Pay attention to you, girl. Everyone has to do just what you say. You get your very own spotlight tonight. all about Pearl. You're the birthday girl.
Dig it.
Last talk.
Love is a beautiful thing. Birds are singing songs down from the trees. Love is a beautiful thing. Breezes blowing, rustling autumn leaves. But if those leaves are rustling underneath somebody else's feet, if it's not me, you see, how could that be a thing of beauty? I find comfort in believing over time I'll come to see someday how love can be that way.
Beautiful.
It's amazing we got the bridge on that.
I know.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I got the bridge. And that is that an episode of the Conscious Club
have
podcast?
fan art and then we're done.
Oh, we have more fan art. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Okay. Oh wow.
Cute.
Beautiful.
It's fun.
Vulf Mart. Love you, Vulf Mart. Ooh.
Jack.
Funky
Back off
beat
my
time.
jeans.
Of course.
So cute. So
Awesome.
cool.
Is that timbre? No, that's East Swan.
No, but doesn't it look like timbre style? But
Very, very much timbre style.
yee, little
Love
Jack. That's it.
Beautiful. Well, that brings us to the end of the Conscious Club podcast, episode 53. Thank you guys for listening, and also a big thank you to Daniel. Thank you so much for coming. I want to say special thanks to you and coming here in the wake of your grandma passing last week.
Thank you. Yeah, no, she was a wonderful woman, the best of us. And as I remember it, she had a couple good times listening to Vulf. So.
Aww.
Oh, great! Awesome. I'm glad.
That's so
those
cool.
those that got to enter her earwaves.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Rip Grandma Shirley. This Conscious Club podcast is dedicated to her. So, R.I.P. Shirley. We love
thank you.
Yeah. And that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you guys for listening. Also, we have a Patreon. You could go to patreonify.com and help support the show. We're starting from humble beginnings, and we have no patrons yet. So if you want to be helpful, you guys can help us and support the show. Also, early in the show, we mentioned that Timberwolf has graciously given us cards, playing cards for Cory Wong's band. Each card having a different member's face and their skills and attributes. And thank you.
Amazing. I want to see those.
Yeah, it's great. I could show you the post.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's super cool, and you guys will see that next episode. And hopefully, if we have a dang patron by then,
You might win them.
you might win them. So the first person, or who knows, if Tamber gives us multiple packs, the first X amount of patrons who we receive packs for, we'll give those out. So go to patreonify.com and help us out.
Yay!
Yeah. And without further ado, thank you guys, everybody. This has been the Conscious Club podcast. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Tori.
Daniel.
And yeah, let's just sign off.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
The minor version. Terrible.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the Conscious Club podcast. Just really quick, this is a fan-made podcast. Jack Stratton had nothing to do with this hot pile of garbage. We have no affiliation with Vulfpeck, Vulf Records LLC, Vulf Productions Inc, or really anything under the greater Vulf umbrella. We just love them so much. We do this show out of love, not for money. But if you want to tip us, we have a Patreon. That's right. It's Patreonify.com. Patreonify.com. That's right. Go over there. It's a hit new craze in the Vulf-sphere. Get over there and help us out. We have many different tiers to choose from. If you have a little extra coin to pass on, you get some extra merch, some exclusive merch. So head over to Patreonify.com and thank you guys so much for listening.